Welcome to MattyXBuilds. This is how to piss off Matt 101.
What is up, my boys? We're gonna do some fabbing today. And I'm gonna apologize right up front. The whirly bird is going full send today. It's a little breezy here in Oklahoma today. Got that nice strong southerly breeze. And yeah. Oh yeah, side note. I just had these picositos. Dude, this shit's fire. So good. It was like, I'm not really sure. I couldn't tell because it's like smashed. I think they were gushers, but had the what you call it, like tahine and something else. It had something else on it. It wasn't just tahine. I could tell you something else. This shit was fire though. Got me a little Modelo. Y'all can't watch me drink that, but just know it's Sunday officially. All right. This video might not end today, but it's gonna be a good one. We're gonna get some fab in. I'm ready for a bunch of people to talk shit, but what we are doing today is we're gonna get this trans cooler mounted once and for all. I've got some flat strap that I am going to, I mean, this is pretty sturdy, so I think what I'm gonna do is, I wonder if I should weld this to this bar, because then, you know, if you try to unbolt it, it won't unbolt. Because I don't have a lot of extra hose, so I gotta be like right here. And my original plan was just to weld on to this bar, just weld a little tab down to bolt down there, and then weld a tab across right here, basically just to capture a couple mounting points on each corner, and that should be, I would think, would be enough. Run a couple screws through it, should be good. And then once we get that addressed, because I need to do that so I can put training fluid in. Once we get that addressed, we're going to move on to the coolant overflow tank. And my plan on this baby right here is to figure out where that went first. I'm thinking I'm gonna set it as far this way as I can. My only limiting factor is this hose has to reach it without being so twisted that it has a kink in it down here, but it reaches right there. Well, I guess I could just put it on and wherever it fits. I think that'll clear. Wow. Somebody told me it won't clear the hood, but I think it will. And if it don't, we'll just cut the hood. Just kidding. Anyways, I think my plan is I'm gonna weld a little tab onto the fender, just like a little riser, so that I can get a flat piece to drill a hole through to bolt right there. And then I'm gonna do the same thing over here. Just weld a little tab to the fender and burn me a little bracket on there, and then I have my tank right here. I know people have already been in my ass about, I know so many people have hit me up, man, you need to get a different radiator so you don't have to use that tank. I know. I'm trying not to spend more money right now because I don't know which radiator I want, and chances are I'm gonna get a radiator that has like fans and a shroud already on it. So like, this is my temp setup for now, and it's free because it came with the trucks we pulled the motors out of. So I'm trying to make it work with what I got. So for the broke boys that ain't got much to spend, this one's for y'all. I gotta use that way I have some place to fill, because I've seen the way the other people do it. They cut in like a fill neck like right here, or they put They take the hose off and fill the block with water, and then they fill this with what, it's like confusing how they do it. No, I don't want to do it like that. So I'm going to run the tank for now so that the lower can go down here, we can fill up here, and then our overflow will go straight to it. And then in the future, I will get, and I've still got to cut these off too, I will get a radiator that has a cap on it right here, so I don't even have to dick with that. And then I'll just use a little overflow tank, which I don't plan on beating on this truck or like doing like a shitload of burnouts or racing in it, so I don't expect it to get hot enough to puke coolant out all the time. So if I get a small little overflow tank, that's fine. So anyways, I'm trying to address that because people keep bringing it up, and I'm like, dude, I've got a plan. Just let me get the money and then it'll be straight. So anyways, we're gonna do some fab. Let's get to it. There she is, boys. I like it. It ain't much, but it's honest. I think that when I was throwing sparks at the lens, I can't really tell. It might be okay. I caught there's a couple pieces of material in the lens, and I'm a dimwit, and I still haven't bought a screen protector for them, and they're like probably $1, dumbass. But anyways, it's got a little flex in it, but that's because there's the one bar up this side and then the little leg here, so there's no support on this bottom corner, so that's why it pivots. Because like if you grab it up here, it's a lot more solid, and then if you grab this side, it's just because it's pivoting this way. So I think it's going to be fine. The hoses reach good. I left a little slack on it so it wasn't all kinked up. I think we're cool, boys. That cracking you're hearing is I painted it and then I bolted it down. The paint's still kind of tacky, so you're hearing the paint crackle. But I think it'll be fine. I watched the brackets, and the brackets themselves on the welds do not move. It's actually, it twists the whole bar. So I know my welds are good. And plus this thing don't even weigh a pound. So we don't need any structural support. We just need it to hold it there and withstand 80 miles an hour worth of wind blowing through it, which I don't think is going to be a problem. So I say the tranny cooler was a success. Now we can put tranny fluid in it. It's getting kind of that time of the night, so I think I'm going to try to put fluid in it. And call it a night for tonight, and then probably come back out here, you know, Monday night or whatever through the week, and we'll see if we get a puddle. We get a puddle under the truck, then we know we got a problem. But we shouldn't. We did our best to make sure everything's right, and we'll see how it goes, boys. So, one big step achieved. Now I need to come back out here and get this coolant tank fabbed up, finish this video up. Alright, pick this back up when we get back out here. Yeah, baby. Alright, the day has finally come. We're going to finish out this video of installing the coolers and the overflow tank. So while I get these pieces fabbed up over here to mount the tank right here, Chris is going to work on getting some little strips bent up for us to be able to bolt the radiator down. And then lastly, I'll get the Dremel out, cut these upper tabs off, and then we'll put some water in her and see how she do. Alright. Chris got his little pieces bent up, blasted them in some paint. It's a little cool today, so we're letting it give it a little extra time to dry off. And he laid it on there thick, so give those a minute to dry. Those will all go right here. Chris bent them all up himself. Done a fine job. Now we're trimming up our last mount for the tank. I already did this one. I'll show it to you guys in a second, but we found a little nut and bolt to go through it for now. And then we're trying to get this other side just so. It's gonna come more this way.
Well, I was thinking if we turn it this way, does it drop?
No, it's fixed off of this. Then it'd look weird, it'd be crooked.
Oh, right there. Trying to get it to stay where you were showing.
It won't stay, we'll have to hold
There.
it. So, something like that. We'll do this for now, I'm sure. Well, the real goal is to later on get a nicer radiator that actually has a cap on it. And then we can do away with this altogether. Simplify these hoses and all that. But for now, this is what we're doing, because I can't afford a different radiator for now. But yeah, so let me get this one. Chris just got it all trimmed up. Let me get that one tacked in there. So all I did was tack weld. Well, I didn't. I kind of actually ran a little bead on that. But I welded this one in. I just bent a piece kind of like this right there, obviously with a different bend to get the right angle, but we did that. And then we're going to do the same thing right here, just weld this one into the fender and then drill a bolt hole through it, find us a nut and bolt. Bada bing, bada bang. So let's get that done, and then we'll get these brackets bolted up for you guys. Oh yeah, and I already cut these tabs off too. Took the little sander wheel to them after I cut them. Got it kind of nice and smoothed up. So we're gonna get all that done, and then we'll get it all painted up and purdied up, and we'll show you guys what it looks like when it's done. And all right, boys, welded her up, slapped a little paint on it, tightened them up. It's got just a little bit of wobble to it, not too bad. It's tight. Think it'll work for now. We got lucky. We had a little bit of hose, just enough to do this with. We will change that later on. I'll get some longer. That way it can kind of have some sag to it, not be tight enough to play the guitar on. LOL. But yeah, boys, there she is. The water system is wrapped up. Finally did it. Yeah, that don't look the greatest, but it's what we got for right this second. I'll go buy some hose, which is actually like a size too big. I think I need 1/2 inch, and this is 5/8. And then I drilled a little hole in the radiator right here to put a zip tie on to kind of hold this hose in place. And then, which that one got kind of nibbed up. Then we got our brackets on there. We stuck some little pieces of rubber in between the radiator and the bracket, so now it's rock solid. And well, there you go. A little better. So that's gonna wrap this one up. We got the training cooler done, got some trans fluid in it. We got all this plumbed up. Ooh, I need to move this, actually clamped this. But that's gonna be it for this one. We're gonna get ready to fire this bitch up. It's been a couple months since I've turned it on. We're gonna hook up the battery, put some water in it, hook this bitch up, and fire it up. See if it still runs after all this rearranging. We also changed the intake, so we'll see if we got a vacuum leak out of that, which we shouldn't, since I torqued it down in sequence and used new gaskets again, so should be fine. Yeah, so you guys stay tuned. You're gonna have to wait for that one. It'll come out later this week. Fire this baby up. We're gonna put water in it, make sure it don't overheat, make sure it don't leak water, and then we'll get it up to temp and roll through the gears and get the training fluid topped off. And then boys, after that we'll be ready to pull this bitch out. So y'all stay tuned for that. Hope y'all enjoyed a little bit of fabrication. I know Chris did. He got to do a little bit of metal work, a little grinding, a little bit of.
Took my finger off and.
Oh yeah, you did. Let me see that. That's why you wear gloves, boys and girls. He's over here grinding a little bit on a stone and caught his nut. So, other than that, boys, don't forget, if you like this hat, drop a comment down below if you want to get one. And don't be capping, because last time y'all said y'all wanted something, I put it on the website and didn't nobody buy it. The beanies are live now, so head over. There's a link in the description straight to the website. You hit that link, go over to the website if you want to show some love, get you a cool beanie. It also glows in the dark. And then we've got a couple OBS tees still left over, so if y'all want to grab that or some stickers, do that. But yeah, other than that, peace out, be human. We'll see you later.